All right, Alafia Ife, y'all. My name is Bolu Watife, aka Bosthetics. We are here in Chicago at the Black and Bronze Fest, and you are now tuned in to Southside Chicago Radio Live. So first and foremost, my name Bolu Watife means as God desires. It is a Yoruba originated name, specifically Nigeria being the country and Yoruba being the language. And it inspires my music, rhythm, really poetry, because like my art form being poetry, it allows me to move with a sense of like cultural creativity. So what I'm pulling from is like my actual like lineage, like things that my family has been through, things that I've learned, even the language. Like I started saying Alafia Ife, which translates to peace and love. So a lot of things that I am sharing with the world come from that sense of expression of like the language, the culture, the colors, just the movement, the pieces, you know what I mean? I would say my poetry fits it because I consider myself a cultural creative, right? So going back to like how I create and where I pull from, knowing more history about like even just something like the Great Migration or like Bronzeville specifically, a lot of people in the South that came to the North were West African. So like when I go back and I actually do like certain research, I realize like a lot of my people that got disconnected were taken to Mississippi and then migrated to Chicago. So I feel like my poetry fits in that like realm of not only just historically but also like literally lineage, culture, like energy, present. So I feel like I'm standing for them. The inspiration to create, the inspiration to express myself, especially as someone who I also call myself the village keeper, right? So I feel like I have a certain role where it's like I need to be able to maintain different spaces. So I feel like just knowing like the different spaces that my people have already come from is me being the face and the, you know what I mean, like the embodiment of that. It's like it does help me like navigate these different spaces with that same like and just energy and presence. No, I ain't gonna lie. Like I was a very quiet child. I was very unproblematic. Very like people pleasing, to be honest. And I feel like at some point it started to feel like my livelihood depended on it. You know what I mean? And it was just a shift. I would say like somewhat in high school, but really when I left for college, it was my first time being at my mom's house and just like certain things, like even just like the traditions at home, not having that on me all the time allowed me to start to branch out and like figure myself. Okay, again, my name is Bolu Atife, aka Bosthetics, and y'all can find me specifically on Instagram at Bosthetics. That is BOSTHETICS, Bosthetics. And yeah, fun fact, outside of poetry, I also model, and I guess it's a tradition now. How long do you have to do something until it's a tradition? Like how many times you gotta do it? I'm gonna just say it's a tradition. So for some reason, I just keep having shows to walk on my birthday. So the next project that I'm a part of, I'm walking a fashion show 9/27. If this drops before 9/27, be there or be square 7 to 11. The information will be on my page, of course. And outside of that, like as far as like poetry wise, I am working on a project specifically with the Write It Down Collective, which I am a co-host for, a co-founder. And that is just it's a writing collective where we do workshops, we do performances. Like today I am representing them. And that is just a long, it's like a series of things. So our next thing is probably gonna be a retreat. So yeah, stay tapped in.